again, everyone. I'm here today to share another new fountain pen find. And my test today will be the first time using this pen, so I will be learning along with you. This is, so let me start with this pen. This is a pen made by this Fountain Pen Revolution company. It is the version 2 GT fountain pen in marble black / white acrylic. And this I got with a steel extra fine flex nib, or I guess it's extra fine ultra flex. And you do need to pay a little bit extra to get the flex nib, but it's not a whole lot, and the pens are pretty cheap to begin with. But I saw this on another YouTube channel, and I honestly can't even remember which one I saw it on, but it did have sort of a new kind of flex nib that has their pen logo on it, so I'm pretty sure that they're making them. And I just wanted to try it out because there aren't a whole lot of flex pens on the market these days. Just on first blush, this kind of strikes me as sort of a noodler's type pen. If any of you have ever gotten a noodler's pen, they tend to be a little bit light. And when I opened this back here, so there was kind of the distinctive smell of, I can't describe it as anything other than funkiness of the plastic. So I'm wondering if they're using kind of the same kind of things to make their pens as Noodler's is. And then this little pen, which is an eyedropper pen, was a freebie that they included with this order. I did not order this pen, they just included it. It is an eyedropper fill. So they did include a little card that said a little something extra to say thanks for being a valued customer. We have included a free fountain pen with your order, and then it tells you how to fill the pen with an eyedropper. And which I thought was quite nice, but we'll see. This is my first purchase from this place, so I really don't know how I feel about these pens yet. They included this little information booklet that includes how to use the different kinds of pens. They do carry some piston models. I did not go for the piston models. They were a little bit more expensive, and I just kind of wanted to try these pens out because I didn't really know if I would like it or not. So I went with a cheaper model that uses a converter. I suppose you could also use a cartridge in there, an international cartridge. So I have decided to use Robert Oster's Great Southern Ocean, which I did end up getting a full bottle of to try this pen out. And one of the other things that, if you've been watching any of my videos lately, you may have heard my little story about how I have misplaced my A5 Tomoe River notebook, and part of that was because of a water accident on my desk, and then I moved things off my desk and now I can't find it. So in the meantime, I am using my Tomoe River notebook that is in my everyday carry notebook. It's the notebook that I'm using as my bullet journal. I will put a link below to my setup here because I'm not really going to go into that today, but I am going to open this up, and you can see I've already tested out the Enzo Minimalist fountain pen previously. I'm just going to do this on the same page because I do not want to waste pages in my bullet journal. So let's see, let's just cover that up so you can't see that, and we'll just do this one on the bottom. What I am going to do though is I have a paper towel here that I've been using to clean things off, like ink and things. I just leave it sort of on my desk. I am going to clean off this converter a little bit because it does seem to be, it has some sort of dust on it, and I don't know what that is, and it also seems to have a little bit of manufacturing grease on there, and I just really don't want to get that all over my hands. And it definitely has that funky funk smell of a Noodler's pen, which kind of smells a little bit like soured milk. This is probably a good pen to rinse out before you use. I kind of have the bad habit of not flushing out my pens unless I have some sort of problem with them. So I don't flush them out as soon as I get them. You know, a lot of people say to do that, I know. And with this one, it might be wise, but I'm going to go the unwise route and not do that and just go ahead and fill it up. I think that I might do sort of a smaller fill in the converter just so that I can test it out. Okay, so I'm going to move over my notebook so I don't get this lovely ink all over it. I'm going to dip that into the bottle. I'm going to go up just a little bit. Yeah, it didn't give me a full fill anyway, so that's fine though, because I don't want to put a ton of ink in here right away. So I'm just going to rinse off the feed, the nib, all of that. I've already got quite a bit of ink there. I'm going to close my ink bottle. Oh, I was going to say, hey, I think this is like the first time ever I've not gotten ink on myself. And then of course, as I turn around, I have ink on myself because this little part I had forgotten to clean with the threads. It's impossible. I just get ink on myself no matter what. So I'm going to put that paper towel aside. I think it's good now, though now I have sort of a blue middle finger. I don't know what that says. Okay, so I'm going to post this and see how it feels. It's a super light pen, so it really does not feel heavy at all posted. And let me put this ink aside. Let me double check, make sure that I don't have any ink on my table. I really don't want to get ink on this notebook. This is part of the reason why I don't generally do samples in this notebook. It's because I don't want to mess up my buttered rum notebook. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here. So this is, let's see, yep, I'm already going. So I'm just gonna write first without really, so it's the Fountain Pen Revolution. It's actually quite smooth. Version 2 GT Fountain Pen in marble black / white acrylic. And this, it has a steel, extra fine, ultra flex, which I'm not writing with it as a flex right now, ultra flex nib. And then the ink is Robert Oster Great Southern Ocean. Oops, not Great Southern Ocean, Great Southern. So obviously you can use it this way, just as a regular pen if you're giving it really light pressure. Now I'm going to try to get some flex out of it. Actually, that is pretty cool, I have to say. That is some nice flex action. Okay, so let's try doing hello. I am not the best letterer, and I am not the best flex pen user either, just because I'm kind of new to them. But this is lovely, actually. I really like that. And I think if I did some practice, I would get a little bit better at the flex. Let's see if I can, let's see, so this is the Ultra. Oh, I called it the Ulra. Let's see. Let's try that again. I'm going to try that again. Ultra. Ultra Flex. So I'll definitely need to play around with that a little bit more, but actually I really like this pen. I'm super surprised. Not that I should be surprised. I'm not going to test the eyedropper pen, but actually what I might do is I'll do a dip test right now, and just dip it in the ink just so that we can test the nib itself, because this nib, let's see, what is this nib? So this is an iridium point nib, and it doesn't really say much else on there. So let me go ahead and post that. I'm going to dip it in the same ink and try to be really careful. My lovely little notebook. Okay, let's see, did I get some on it? Yes. Okay, so that's pretty fine. And again, I'm not going to do much more of a test than that. I know that's probably unsatisfactory, but I'm going to play around with it a little bit more and see if I like it. And if I do, I will probably profile it more. I just didn't really, I don't want to mess with too much stuff near my beloved notebook. Okay. So there we go. Here I'm going to go ahead and put that up to the camera. Actually, let me just put it this way and then I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that better. But it's really, and this is a shading ink, which is nice because you get the, you know, the light and the dark. And like I said, I am not the best letterer, so you are really seeing some rusty lettering here. I mean, really the basics that I know, which are, you know, light pressure when you go up and hard pressure when you go down to get the thick and or the thin and thick lines for this kind of lettering, but with a flex nib. But I'm actually really, really impressed so far. The ink flow is really good. I didn't necessarily write really fast. That's partially because if I wrote fast, I would not be able to write this way. I would need to practice some more. But it wrote really well for this whole section, just, you know, straight writing. And then it wrote really well here when I tried to do some flexi writing. So far, really impressed. I have to say that my expectations were very low. But it has more than exceeded my expectations just from this little demo, and I plan to play with it more. And like I said, if I'm liking this and the little freebie that they gave me, which is just a regular nib, I will profile them again and let you know or give you an updated review on this pen. But in the meantime, I will put a link below to the company where I purchased this. And I think that's the only link I have for you. Oh, and I'll also link to the ink, The Great Southern Ocean by Robert Oster, which is beautiful. I had gotten this as a sample and then did end up getting a full bottle just because it's a great ink. It's beautiful. I'm already using it in a few pens. So I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe so you can keep track of future videos on my channel. And I will see you next time, I hope. All right, have a great day. Bye.